Hi, and thanks for choosing Planet Rentals for your next outdoor adventure. First off, we're going to go over some general trailer information that is pertinent to all of our different camping trailers, and then we'll go specifically over the camping trailer that you have reserved. First of all, when you come for your reservation, make sure you plan enough time to get paperwork filled out and the trailer hooked up. When appointments are rushed, we always find that then, some information is skipped over, or, we're not as thorough as we'd like to be. So make sure you plan plenty of time for your pickup appointment. Secondly, make sure that you have your driver's license and the insurance card for the vehicle that will be towing our trailer available and ready for us. We'll need copies of those along with the contract that you sign. Now, it's important that you know what type of site you're going to with the trailer. Many sites have water, power, and sewer hookups, and many sites have none of that at all. And how the trailer works and operates is quite dependent on that. And so you'll want to know those differences before you head out there. And then I wanted to go over some general driving tips for you. When you're towing a trailer, it's always very important to drive at a very slow and safe speed. It's just not worth pushing. Plan some extra time in your trip so that you have plenty of time to get where you're going. It's easier on our trailer and easier on your tow vehicle if you just take it easy. Secondly, because you'll be a longer rig, you need to make sure that you're careful when you're cornering. You need to take corners a little bit wider and plan for that sort of thing. It's always smart to know exactly where you're going, have good directions, or have driven there before, because it's hard to make evasive maneuvers or U-turns and that sort of thing when you have a trailer in tow. And then whenever you're backing up the trailer, make sure that you have someone there helping you back up to help you make sure you don't, of course, run into any obstacles and that sort of thing. And then when you're setting up the trailer, you want to make sure that you're being careful of anything that's overhead on the trailer or around the sides of it. Many of our trailers have slide outs or pop downs and that sort of thing that extend from the side of the trailer. So before you get it all set up, you want to make sure there's plenty of clearance all around the trailer. And then also, we want you to really treat our trailers well. We have what we feel the best trailers and the best pricing out there of any RV dealer. And a big part of that is because we really feel like we have the best renters. So we do put some responsibility on you to make sure you take care of our units. We suggest taking your shoes off when you go inside the trailer. That really just helps with cleanup. It helps maintain the floor and the furniture, all that sort of thing. We suggest that you try not to take the trailer off-road. We suggest that you keep it nice and swept and clean. And then, help with eliminating horseplay and other rough activities that may happen in or outside the trailer, just to help, keep it nicer and cleaner for those that come after you. And then also wanted to note that all of our trailers have a spare tire on them, of course. But that spare tire is not intended for long distance driving. That spare tire is intended to get you somewhere to get a tire repaired and replaced so that you can continue on with your trip. So please don't plan on using the spare tire to drive any extended distance if something were to happen to one of the original tires on the trailer. We of course keep all those tires in great working condition for you. Now we'll go over the general hookup of the trailer to the tow vehicle here. So the first thing we're going to do is lower the trailer down onto the ball of the vehicle. And then every trailer comes with a safety pin. This is what's going to ensure that the trailer is locked on to the truck securely. If the pin goes through, you've got it set up correctly and it can't come undone from the ball of the vehicle. Next we have the safety chains, and they have hooks that clip onto the security hole on the vehicle. I like to cross the chains once or twice, with one going this way and the other one going this direction. Next is the hookup for the lights on the trailer. All of our trailers have this 7-pin RV connection, and so you need to make sure your vehicle can accommodate that type of plug. And then lastly is the breakaway cable for the trailer. What this does is if the trailer were to come unhooked from the vehicle somehow, this cable will pull and activate the brakes on the trailer so that it doesn't keep rolling away. Alright, and then if you're using one of our equalizer hitches, you'll want to lower the trailer down onto the ball of the tow vehicle, just enough to get that pin locked in, and then you want to swing the arms up onto the side of the trailer and lock those in. Then lower the rest of the trailer weight down onto the tow vehicle. What that does is help transfer some of the weight of the trailer up to the front tires of the tow vehicle for cornering and braking, and it also helps with sway control as you're driving down the road. Now be mindful of the things that you put inside the trailer. If you're using one of our equalizer hitches, make sure that does not go inside the trailer on the linoleum. We've had quite a few trailers damaged that way, as well as generators and other rough equipment like bikes and things like that. Please be careful with the flooring of our trailers. Alright, once you arrive at your campsite, the first thing you're going to need to do is level the trailer. So with the level that's provided with the trailer, you'll want to check for side-to-side levelness using the back bumper of the trailer. So you just put that on there, and then depending on which side is high or low, you'll raise that side up using the tires of the trailer and the blocks that we provide. With these blocks, you'll tuck them up underneath the trailer tire and back up onto them. If you needed to go even higher, you can build a little ramp using these blocks. Go even too high here. Once you back up onto the blocks, then you check your levelness again and make sure you're nice and level. And then once your vehicle's level side to side, you want to chalk the tires using the included chocks. Just one on each side of the tire. Tuck them in nice and firm, and then the same on the other side of the trailer on one of the tires. Okay, now that you're level side to side and the tires are chalked on the trailer really well, it's now time to unhook it from your tow vehicle and check levelness front to back. To check that levelness, you can just place the level here on the front A-frame of the trailer, and then you're going to use the tongue jack, raised or lowered, in order to level the trailer front to back. Now you can drop the stabilizers that are on the trailer. There's a provided crank that you connect here. You just attach it to the end and just crank those stabilizers down until they're on the ground. Once they touch the ground, I usually do another 2 cranks to support a little bit of the weight of the trailer, but you don't support much of the weight. In fact, these stabilizers are not used to level the trailer whatsoever. They're just used to help eliminate some of the rocking motion of the trailer when you're walking around inside. Now when your trip's over and it's time to hook up and leave, you're going to do all of those steps we went over just in reverse. So first you're going to raise those stabilizer jacks that we lowered. Then you're going to hook up to the vehicle and of course raise the tongue jack all the way. Then remove the chocks that are on the tires on both sides of the trailer. Then pull the trailer off of any leveling blocks side to side, and you're good to go. Alright, now we're going to go over our Aspen trail bunkhouse with the large slide out. On the front here are 2 propane tanks. There's a little access cubby here on the front that you can use to turn the propane on and off. We always ask that you start with the passenger side tank first, and if you happen to use all that, then roll over to the driver's side tank. And there's a rollover lever here that switches between the tanks. To refill the tanks, you remove the cover just straight off the top. Now there's a lever here that's going to point at the tank you want to use. So when it's pointed this way, that's indicating this tank. And down around this way is for the driver's side tank. Also located on the front of the trailer behind the propane tanks are the 2 batteries for the trailer. Now there's nothing particular that you need to do with them up here. They charge when the trailer's plugged in, either to full-time power or a generator. Alright, here on the back corner on the driver's side is your water hookup. Now this would be if you have water at your site that you can hook a hose to. So one end of the hose is going to screw right onto the end of the trailer, as such. And the other would screw onto a spigot. Now we include this PSI regulator here that you would want to screw onto the spigot before your hose. What this does is regulate the pressure of water that goes into the trailer so that it doesn't surpass the capacity of the lines or your hose. Also located on the back corner on the driver's side is your sewer connection here. So if you had sewer hookups at your campsite, you can connect the sewer hose and any water or sewage you use will drain right out the hose and into the sewer outlet. Otherwise, at the end of your trip, you would use this to empty out your tank and your sewer tank. To connect the hose, just twist the cap and remove it, and then the hose goes on and clips over those little notches there. Now when you go to empty the tanks, you've got a gray handle which is for your gray water. You would pull that out to open it up, and then also a black handle for your black water which you would pull to open up. Gray water is your sinks and your shower. Black water is just your toilet. When you empty out the tanks, you would pull the black first, let it drain completely, then pull the gray water to help kind of flush out all that sewage and clean it out a little bit. Then you can run plenty of fresh water through your sinks, your shower, and especially your toilet. Now the sewer hose is located here in the back bumper of the trailer. Just pushes on in, and then the cap seals it up. Located on the back of the trailer is where the power cord is located. So to charge the batteries or power some of the devices like the microwave, air conditioner, and TVs, this would need to be plugged into either full-time power at your site or a generator. Now we have an adapter on here that adapts the power cord down to just a regular outlet, but most of the hookup sites that you go to have this 30 amp configuration, and 30 amps is required to run this trailer. But either way, you have a plug for whatever you needed. Located here on the passenger side of the trailer is an outdoor shower that you can use with the faucets and a little sprayer. Again, if you don't have full-time water at your site, you would need to run the water pump inside the trailer to pressurize those lines. Now you've got your fridge access panel here. This is just for service. The fridge turns on and off from inside the trailer, so you shouldn't need to mess with that. And then this is your heater exhaust. And this does get hot, so just be careful and mindful of the things that are around this and make sure that, kids and people don't get close so they don't get burned. This is the service panel for the hot water heater. The hot water heater turns on and off from inside the trailer, so this is another panel that you shouldn't need to access or get into. Now located just a little bit further up the trailer is the water tank for the trailer. So if you don't have water at your site, you'll want to fill the tank on the trailer through this inlet here. You just put your hose in, let it fill up until it gurgles back out at you, at which point you know it's full. Now all of this water is stored underneath the trailer in a holding tank, and you need a pump in order to pump that water up into the sink, and that's turned on and off on the inside of the trailer, which we'll show you later. So now the handle assist here can come over the door like this while you're traveling to help ensure the door stays closed. Comes out like this to help assist getting in and out of the trailer, or can store out of the way backwards that way. And then the staircase you just grab here on this middle section, pull straight out, and then flip the bottom step down. Now located right inside the front door is the control panel to operate many of the appliances in the trailer. First of all, you've got your water heater here that can operate off gas or electric. If you do not have full-time electric at your site, you would want to run the water heater off of gas, which is propane. Or if you did have full-time power, you could use either or both. Now this switch activates the water pump. The water pump pumps the water from the water tank underneath the trailer to the faucets and the toilet. If you had full-time water at your site with the hose screwed on the side of the trailer, then you wouldn't need the water pump. When you turn the water pump on, it's going to make a noise to pressurize the lines in the trailer, and then it will turn off when those lines are pressurized. We also ask that you turn the water pump off whenever water is not being used. Then you have your switch for your external lights and your interior lights, as well as a switch to put the awning in and out. Now an important thing to note about awnings, they're very temperamental and very easy to get ruined, especially in any sort of weather. Now if it's rainy or again windy at all, make sure that that awning's put up and stored all the way in at the trailer. Then you have your switch that controls the slide out. You'll just press and hold that button until the slide out goes all the way out, and it actually makes a clicking noise when it's done. Also on the control panel are meters for your battery, your fresh water, your black water, and your gray water. Now to light your stove, it runs off of propane, so you would turn any burner here to the light position and then use this dial to spark it. To light the stove, you would do the same thing with the stove dial. Turn it to the pilot setting and then spark with the dial. To turn the fridge on, you would just press and hold the button here. The light will go green, indicating that the fridge is on. Now this fridge automatically goes between plug-in power or propane, depending on whether you have full-time power at your site or whether you're just running off propane. Now if this light turns red, it would do that when you're running the fridge off of propane and that propane is either run out or perhaps there's an air bubble in the line. If that happens, just press and hold to turn the fridge off, wait about 10 or 15 seconds, and then light it up again. Located back by the bathroom is the thermostat that controls the air conditioning and the heat. Just use the middle button here to turn it on. It'll first go to fan, which you want to leave on auto. Then you can set your cool temperature or your heat temperature, and then use the up or down to select the desired temperature. Now there's no pilots or anything to light, and the heater and air conditioner will kick on and off as needed to maintain the temperature. To turn off, just press the button. Now this trailer features a nice TV and a DVD, CD, and AM/FM radio. Now the TV is only going to work though if you have a generator running or plugged into power at your campsite, as well as the microwave and the air conditioner. All of those take extra power to run. Of course you can enjoy camping without those three appliances, just something to note there. Now this trailer features a whole hideaway sofa here. To pull that out, you would remove these backrest cushions and then pull the loop here. Get these legs pulled out, then pull it the rest of the way up and over. And then the back of the couch flips down to form a nice big bed. Now the dinette here can also fold down into a good sized bed. Do that by pulling the table off of the legs here that remove out of the floor. And then the table just sits down here at cushion level. And then pull some of the other cushions into the middle here to form the bed. So the TV can come out and swivel and provide some different viewing angles, but there are a couple bungee cords that attach the TV and stabilize it for when the trailer's in motion. So make sure those are done up and nice and secure for the trailer when it moves. In order to flush the toilet, you would just step on the handle here in the front. Now we want to be very careful that nothing gets flushed down the toilet except the RV safe toilet paper that we provide with the trailer. And then we also provide some chemical that you would flush down the toilet. Now we say about one of these packets maybe every other day, and you just grab them and toss them in and flush them down the toilet. Now please make sure nothing else goes down the toilet. No paper towels, cleaning supplies, or otherwise. Only RV safe toilet paper should be going down there. Located in the front of the trailer is the walk-around queen bed in the master bedroom. And then also a separate TV DVD player that can be used. Now there are a couple bungee cords to hold this TV in place as well, so make sure those are secure before the trailer moves. Now included with the trailer is a user manual as well as a cleaning checklist. Now we ask that you just keep the floor swept during the duration of your trip. Again, we suggest kicking off your shoes when you come inside the trailer. That just really helps with wear and tear on the floor as well as the furniture, and it makes your cleanup that much easier at the end. Thanks again for choosing Planet Rentals for your next camping trip. We hope you really enjoy our trailers and that you have a great time.